Management assertions are claims made by members of management regarding certain aspects of a business. The auditors test the validity of these assertions by conducting a number of audit tests. There are 4 types of account balance assertions, which are completeness, existence, rights and obligations, and valuations. The rights and obligation assertion is concerned with whether an asset or liability belong to an entity at the balance sheet date. Auditor is required to prove that assets represent rights of the entity and liabilities represent the obligations of the entity at a given date. Testing of this assertion is necessary because the existence of an asset does not provide evidence that the ownership right belongs to the entity. The audit procedures used to obtain evidence concerning rights and obligations are confirmations, inquiry, and inspections of documents such as title deeds, rate notice, and legal contracts. In auditing the account receivable, right and obligation assertion is one of the concerns of auditor. Auditor need to prove that the account receivables belong to an entity at the balance sheet date. To establish that the account receivable belong to the entity, the auditor reviews the minutes of Board of Directors meeting, read the contract and agreement for evidence of the accounts. Confirmation of account receivable through third party also provides evidence of entity's rights to the account receivable. In the auditing of account payable, since an entity tends to understate the account payable rather than overstate it, auditors are more concerned with the completeness assertions and less concerned with existence or rights and obligations. In the auditing of production cycle, right and obligation assertion is one of the concern when auditing the inventory account balance. In meeting the rights and obligation objective, the auditor should be concerned with the ownerships of the inventories. The auditor should ask management whether any goods which have been sold are being kept temporarily on the premises at the customer request and whether the client hold any goods on consignment. Such goods should be excluded from client inventory count. In auditing the fixed asset, rights to fixed asset was granted through the ownership of those assets or their service potentials. Evidence of ownership is obtained by examining the certificates of title, insurance policies, property tax bill, mortgage payment receipts, vendor invoices, and payment vouchers. Rights of fixed asset can also be granted through lease agreements. The agreement usually gives the lessee rights to use plant for a specified period of time.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Jingle bells, jingle hop, happy we go run. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Jingle bells chime.
Created using Powtoon.